Welcome into WHAS11 News at noon, everybody. I'm Jim Stratman. We are going to be tracking that winter storm making its way into our area. Let's go ahead and get right on over to meteorologist Mallory Schnell, who's in studio with us. Mallory, everybody wants to know kind of the timing of it, what we can expect, and I think you all are still kind of getting some information on that.
Yes, this is a very dynamic and evolving system. So we're going to have some changes in the next few hours. We're going to have more details in the coming 24 hours or so as we track this winter storm. We do have a winter storm watch in effect for most of Kentuckiana here in this light blue color. This goes into place starting at 4 a.m. on Sunday, takes us through 1 p.m. on Monday. But it's not a one-size-fits-all forecast. We are expecting a mixed bag of precipitation that will transition from Sunday into Monday as well. We're talking snow, sleet, freezing rain, and rain. And we will really break down that forecast coming up in our full forecast in about 15 minutes. But as you get prepared for this weekend, if you're heading out and about for your Friday, no issues out there. We did have a quick clip of light rain and snow that moved through overnight, maybe a dusting in areas like Lexington or Richmond, but most of us just saw some melting snow as temperatures remain above freezing. And now we have a mix of sun and clouds out there at this lunchtime hour. Temperatures were actually warmest around midnight, and the few hours after that we had a cold front move through this morning, so temperatures are in the upper 20s in southern Indiana. We have low to mid 30s in Kentucky at this time. Feeling colder than that, though. Feeling like the teens in southern Indiana, feeling like the 20s in Kentucky. That's because we are dealing with some northwest winds gusting 20 to 30, even up to 33 miles per hour in Louisville. So expect a brisk day out there. Your futurecast showing just that. Temperatures hanging out primarily in the 30s for the rest of the day. Lows tonight will dip down into the upper teens and 20s. Tomorrow, the calm before the storm out there, chilly with partly sunny skies on tap. And then that winter weather will be moving in as we head throughout Sunday morning and really increasing in coverage throughout the day. And of course, we'll talk much more about our local timing and impacts coming up in just a bit.
Thank you very much, Mallory. We'll check back in with you in a minute. But first, the Louisville Public Works salt barn, they are stocked 38,000 tons of salt for the winter season, and they are prepared to dig into it this weekend. Crews are prepared to start spreading it as soon as the timing is right. And that timing could be key depending on what type of weather we're going to see with this winter storm, as rain could delay some of those road treatment processes. Now, Public Works tells us the snow team has been preparing for this event since New Year's Eve. The team includes hundreds of members, 160 pieces of equipment, all focused on making sure that the Metro's 110 routes are safe and drivable once the snow starts falling. They urge drivers to plan ahead, take it slow, and give these crews the time and the space to do their jobs. Now, this winter storm is expected to hit southern Indiana as well. Officials in Clark County told us they're spreading brine, which is a solution that helps stop snow and ice from sticking to the roadways. Now, the county is also working with emergency management crews to prepare. They especially want you to be prepared if you plan to hit the road.
If you must travel, you should tell somebody your plans. Tell somebody what time you expect to arrive. That way, if you break down, your car breaks down, somebody knows to go out looking for you. But reduce your speed, pay extra attention, drive carefully if you must get out and travel.
Clark County officials are also asking residents to avoid parking in the streets. This will allow plows the space to clear the roads. And as a reminder, primary roads will be cleared first in case for emergency vehicles. Now, according to the National Weather Service, travel is expected to become slick and hazardous Sunday into Monday. Our team will be working to track the storm and give you the latest information to keep you safe once it does reach Kentuckiana. You can download our WHAS11 News app for all of those updates. An update for you now in a statewide search for a man accused of shooting an Orange County deputy. Indiana State Police say the suspect's vehicle was located this morning around 8 in the morning in Orangeville. That's about an hour and a half northwest of Louisville. The suspect, 33-year-old Austin Sheppers, is still missing. Police say Sheppers was last seen in West Baden, Indiana, just before 1 o'clock this morning. He's described as a white male with brown hair, hazel eyes, and a tattoo on his neck and another one of a cross under his left eye. ISP said he was driving a 2007 Pontiac Grand Prix. Sheppers is believed to be armed and dangerous. The manhunt also caused Paoli Community Schools to operate on a 2-hour delay this morning. If you see him, you're told to call 911. A judge has lowered the bond for a man charged with shooting a Family Dollar store employee on New Year's Eve. Christopher Ewing appeared in court for the first time yesterday. His bond was originally set at $500,000, but a judge reduced it to $250,000. Ewing is charged with assault after Metro Police say he confessed to shooting an employee outside the store on Taylor Boulevard in South Louisville. Police say the shooting followed a verbal altercation between the two. The victim is expected to survive. Ewing's attorney argued that because he is not a felon, he has no out-of-state record and has never failed to appear in court before, his bond should be lowered. Ewing remains in jail at Metro Corrections. He's expected back in court a week from today. The man accused of stabbing a woman on New Year's Eve has pleaded not guilty. Anthony Thornton appeared in court yesterday on charges of assault and wanton endangerment. Officers say he stabbed a woman multiple times on North 44th Street in the Shawnee neighborhood. She was taken to the hospital and is expected to survive. Thornton is currently in Metro Corrections on a $150,000 bond. He's due back in court next Friday. Two former LMPD officers are asking a judge to dismiss their new charges. Those are in connection to the 2020 raid on Breonna Taylor's apartment here in Louisville. Joshua Janes and Kyle Meany are accused of depriving Taylor of her rights back during that raid in March of 2020. Last August, the felony charges against Janes and Meany were dismissed, with the judge ruling that Taylor's boyfriend firing his gun led to her death, not the warrant they're accused of falsifying. In October, the former officers were indicted again, with prosecutors focusing on information they withheld when creating the warrant. Attorneys for Janes and Meany argue there's still no evidence their actions led to Taylor's death. If the judge grants the dismissal, the new felony charges would be lowered to misdemeanors. If convicted, that could carry a year-long prison sentence rather than life in prison.